Hello dear viewers and welcome to T-World. Kindly hit the subscribe button and we will be on our way. In today's news, the hotly anticipated January 6th advisory group formal conferences have at long last been planned. The first is set for next Thursday, June 9th, in ideal time. The council saw their arrangements for the following week, declaring on Thursday that they will present beforehand concealed material recording January 6th, get observer declaration, review extra hearings, and give the American nation a synopsis of its discoveries about the organized, multi-step work to upset the consequences of the 2020 official political race and forestall the exchange of force. They appear to be cautiously arranging the occasion. In any event, drawing out the tension by not naming the observers until the following week. The hearings, Rep. Jamie Raskin, DMD, said, will recount to a story that will brush the rooftop off the house. We might dare to dream that is an outlandish poetic overstatement. These hearings are a significant freely available report of an endeavored overthrow that the entire nation should see. What we have proactively seen is a considerable amount of data. Similar to the voluminous instant messages from different Republicans and writers to the White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows during the actual uprising, there have been spilled declarations from key part inside the Department of Justice and Donald Trump's White House, as well as data from Trump's legitimate consultants and different state authorities. Between that and the media's all-zone digging, individuals who have been following the story have an unmistakable picture of what occurred. Donald Trump and his partners attempted to upset a legitimate political race with a progression of plots that finished in the vicious revolt on January 6. Yet, nobody has assembled the entire story for the American nation so they can see exactly the way in which exceptional and perilous these plans were, and the way that nearby we came to an intense protected emergency. The advisory group is promising beforehand and conspicuous material, and one expectations it will add something to the story that we haven't yet seen. Furthermore, it appears to be that they are significant about assembling an expert multimedia show, so it ought not be excessively exhausting for people in general. Yet, the main component of these hearings will be observer declaration. It will be whenever we've first heard from anybody included, or even any specialists, regarding the matter of the upset in an authority limit. Master declaration is consistently significant in hearings like this to teach people in general about complex issues. Axios revealed for this present week that they intend to call moderate Republican previous government judge J. Michael Luttig, a man who was shortlisted at least a couple of times for a Supreme Court seat. Luttig exhorted former Vice President Mike Pence on the lawlessness of toppling the public authority. Conservatives are clearly stressed that a portion of their soldiers could tune in and see something that will shake their confidence in the big lie. He wrote in a CNN commentary in April that Trump lost the political decision all well and good, and that every one of the principles the Republicans are shouting were unlawfully changed were really different to extend the right and chance to cast a ballot, to a great extent because of the COVID pandemic. He is correct, and most of Americans know that. In any case, Luttig went a lot further in his examination of the circumstance, and it's something the more prominent public requirements to comprehend. Trump's and the Republicans' undeniably more aggressive goal is to execute effectively in 2024 exactly the same arrangement they bombed in executing in 2020, and to upset the 2024 political decision, assuming that Trump or his blessed replacement loses again in the following quadrennial challenge. The last official political race was a trial run for the following. Luttig is traditionalist. Be that as it may, he isn't capricious and he isn't a quitter, which makes him something of a unicorn in Republican circles. His declaration ought to very constrain. CNN announced that the panel has additionally considered individuals from previous Vice President Pence's internal circle, including his main guidance Greg Jacob and his head of staff Mark Short. Likewise, they are supposed to call previous Justice Department authorities who were forced by the president and his flunkies to lie about the political race being taken, as well as what CNN calls other direct observers. We won't be hearing from Trump himself or the observers who are declining to collaborate, some of whom, as Steve Bannon and previous White House head of staff Mark Meadows, have been alluded to the Department of Justice for disdain of Congress. Blades is maybe the main assistant of the bundle, since he appears to have been the clearinghouse for each silly paranoid notion in the traditional fever swamp during the post-political decision time frame. He initially helped out the council and turned over a boatload of reports and instant messages before he chose to hush. The texts are sparkling perusing, uncovering the way that basically the whole GOP was asking Trump to stop the insurgents for a really long time, demonstrating they accepted he had the ability to do as such. Furthermore, obviously, as previous GOP senator and January 6 committee specialist Denver Riggleman told Anderson Cooper, the instant messages during the post-political race time frame preceding that day were tremendously chilling. Riggleman considers Meadows the MVP for all the data he gave in one of his nearby assistants. Cassidy Hutchinson was summoned and affirmed a few times before the Board of Trustees and seems to have shared other imperatively significant data. Nobody has declared that she will affirm openly, however, assuming that she does. It's unmistakable she has a story to tell. Whatever occurs in these hearings, we should rest assured that they will be not the same as any hearings you might have watched as of late, and it's not a direct result of the remarkable topic, without precedent for late memory. We will have a legislative hearing without even one unpleasant Republican maverick looking to crash the entire thing. We can expect that this council will be significant and centered, which is something we have not found in that frame of mind for quite a while. The Republicans are clearly stressed that a portion of their soldiers could tune in and see something that will shake their confidence in the big lie, so they are plotting to counter-program the hearings. Axios provided details regarding Thursday that they are sending everybody from House Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy to potentially Trump himself to spread out to Fox News, Steve Bannon's War Room, Genuine America's Voice, Facebook, and Trump's own Truth Social to guarantee the base doesn't lose their religion. They intend to depict the Democrats as withdrawn from normal Americans. One helper telling Axios, "We must be unbending and capable." However, a ton of Republicans suppose if Dems have any desire to simply discuss Jan.6 among now and the midterm political race, best of luck, all things considered. They should stop to talk with their dear leader, who can't quiet down about the big lie that is at the core of this whole emergency, on the off chance that anybody's keeping January 6th alive. It's Donald Trump.
If you made it to the end of the video, kindly hit the subscribe button and leave a comment, it helps the channel.